Hey friends, it occurred to me just now as I was starting to go around and feed tanks. That's a little Instagram video I'm going to post later. Tibby got tired of his ball, I guess, and got my paper towel rolled down. But I've just fed these guys and have fed these guys somewhat. I still haven't cleaned that tank since my live stream yesterday. But I feed these guys a couple times, so I'll be back to them shortly. And then these guys are always my third tank to begin to feed. So let me move this over here to make it easier. It's just a spirulina brine shrimp frozen and some large bloodworms, jumbo bloodworms, and then some cobalt spirulina flakes. So that's why it kind of looks green. But you see how calm it is. They're all lined up. There's even the blind fish there, and there's the one with the swim bladder. So they definitely know when I'm feeding the other tanks. They definitely come to get their food. They know who feeds them, of course. So the catfish still don't really get along that well, so they keep their corners of the tanks. And like Priscilla said, every fish eats at Bob's house, so I make sure that even the my smallest fish, these are the little Jurapari that I got from Bob Steenfot. So make sure that everybody gets something. They're my little platinum parrots, my little keyhole cichlids. The current goes clockwise if I'm looking at the tank from here. It comes from the left end down there, goes across the back of, or that other side of the tank, hits this side and comes around. So there's a reason I'm feeding them on this end. I'm sure most of you do the same thing, let the current spread the food for you. And see, that's why they're lining up and going back and looking at that corner. But I just thought, if I can shut up, that it would be nice to let you guys watch them eat. There are some pretty fish in here, and they're rotten. Make sure of that. So that one usually gets more comments than anybody. That's a Tapaho redhead, and I've got several other juveniles in there. That one's just about to adult size now, so there's a couple more. There's the rainbow cichlids. They finally gave up on mating in here. This guy doesn't have a friend, so I thought about putting a male with that one, but actually that's the mother of these other two guys. So apparently she had, yeah, the other two are males. That's the mother, and she's an older fish now. She's probably 3, and these guys are like 1. And you know, they really tried to mate with her and kept building nests and stuff. The dorsal on these guys makes them just so you could sex them blindfolded, literally. So, and that guy's I hadn't planned to stream, so the tanks are their usual dirty. But this is a red spot, a turquoise red spot, not a fish you see very often in the Severum, so that's why he's speckled. But he's a turquoise. Not rare, it's just not one of the top Severum common fish, but I like him. He was pretty when he was little. I don't know what that is on that tank. Oh, it's a reflection. Duh. So yeah, I always make sure everybody eats. We got somebody kind of hanging back there in the far end, but that's the Severum that lived by itself till recently, or lived with. I love this pipette because you can really get down in there. And I guess I'll finish this up by feeding the blind fish. And see, these two stay pretty close together. They move this light back so we won't be able to see their colors quite as well, but I have to, this tank is so wide, sorry. I mean, that's just half of the opening, so. Alrighty, come on, buddy. Come on. Get away. That's its sibling there. I bought these when they were little guys together. There's 3 or 4 of them in here. And I don't know what happened to this one. Obviously some kind of viral or bacterial thing happened. But just before they moved over here, get out of the way. They all know what I'm doing too, so you see they're not afraid. I can reach in and touch them too, so even the little guys know what's going on. They had jumbo krill this morning. I'm trying to do a thing where I'm focusing more on vegetable stuff at night. All the spirulina. All right. So let me give him a little break and come down here to this beautiful girl. She's still hanging in there. Yep. I don't know if she's going to get up or not. She's getting most of her food. I give her too much, she just spits it out. Geos, you know, grind their food. They sift sand. Some people keep them without sand and they do okay, but really to see their full behaviors, and I think for them to be geos, you need to have sand that they can sift and let it come out their gills. And whether or not they get that much, she's still grinding. Some people might say chewing, but, and I've said a million times, you know, that that gorgeous guy that's being blocked there was about to be her mate when he was a tiny little fish like some of these other guys. Yeah, you. And then she got the swim bladder problem by the time he was this size, so I'm not going to get him a mate as long as she's alive. But I've about given up the idea that giving her some bloodworms this time. She will also take jumbo krill from my hand. Look at those scales. Lateral line. And these fish are not in breeding dress. They're just, I really do need to improve my lighting on this tank too. I have it pretty low because of the, let's see if this guy wants a little treat. Oh yeah. And one reason they go down and try to get the food is that I usually do this. I feel like I want to give them a little bit too. Hope we're not going to have the dogs starting up. Sorry. All right, there's one of the Synodontas. And I can never remember what I have. People always comment and tell me, so they're about to have a, nope, he went around, he fooled him that time. He's coming out the back over there. That one stays over on that end all the time, the bigger one. That one. Can never decide which one of these guys I like the best. But see, it's over there working the current on that side. So the dogs heard me, so. And they have already been fed and walked and ready for bed. And see if I can get these big fish out of the way. Here we go. I have no idea if I'm getting that on camera. Yeah, hopefully I did. All right, and there's my favorites. You can't have favorites, but the Juraparis. Those guys are just gorgeous. Their whole bodies are spangles. All right, okay. 10 minutes, so that's a good time to stop. I did want to get her out of there. She's not stuck, but I don't want her to go to bed under there. Come on. Come on. There she goes. She's looking thinner than she has. They don't bother her, and the other, the one that's blind, hangs out with her. And they actually stay right together most of the time, so that's good. They have each other. So can't remember if I told you guys. I'm pretty sure I did, but I lost the other blind severum, the other one that I feed that went through the. There's, see that current, but she's, see her reach up to the pipette and grab it. She knows what this is all about. All right, so she had three little feedings there. I do give her a little bit during the day. I always save some of my mix. Yeah, that might be a thumbnail, huh? All right, guys. Thank you as usual, as always. Appreciate it. Get back over here to this dirty tank and get these guys going. Or not get them going, but finish them up. There's Linus. When I was doing the live stream, he was napping or something, hiding out. But see, he and Char stay right together. That's Madfish Diva's namesake right there. See, they bump each other, and they're very playful with their food, and I doubt anybody's still watching, but see if I can get them to compete for the same food. And this is the same food, of course, that I'm feeding every tank in the house tonight. Some I'll come back that have small fry and stuff and give them some age or size appropriate stuff like First Bites and Daphnia, not live, frozen Daphnia. I've already got it thawed. Stuff like that. But I go through and do the big feeding first, and then anybody that specifically needs more. And usually when I come back, I feed the fish that has the swim bladder issues too. She doesn't seem to ever put on any weight though. I think a lot of it's just muscle loss. All right, started to ramble. Oh, I told you guys in the live stream last night that I was gonna replace ramble with another term because ramble seems to have become very popular of late, so I'm going to meander rather than ramble. So I have meandered long enough, and I'm going to go ahead and end this at 13.5 minutes. You guys stay in, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless everybody, and I appreciate you. Thank you.